Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. I'm back. Took a couple weeks off, and now I'm back, and I'm glad to be back for the Brawl Builder Challenge, one of my very favorite events on Midweek Magic. The Brawl Builder Challenge is build a Brawl deck using a commander from the most recent standard set, which at time of recording is the Hobbit, and go to town. If you're not familiar with Brawl, essentially it's commander, but with 4 differences. You have 25 life, it's 1 versus 1 rather than multiplayer. You don't have a commander damage rule, and you can have planeswalkers as your commander, but of course not in this event because there aren't any planeswalkers in the Hobbit set. So what I put together today is a deck for Bard, King of Dale. This is a pretty sweet legend. It's a mythic for 4, a white, and a blue. Bard is a 3/5 legendary human noble archer with reach and vigilance that says if you would draw a card, except for the first one you draw on each of your draw steps, draw 2 instead, and if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens are created instead. So this is Anointed Procession. So I kind of expected Bard to be in higher demand, like more than $5, simply because this is a token doubler in Commander, and players love that. I assume the reason that Bard is not, even though in a color that makes a lot of tokens and a color that draws a lot of cards, and he's doubling both of those, he's a 6-mana commander. So we're not doing great in terms of ramp into our 6-mana commander, so I went for a kind of more low curve to try and get ourselves to Bard and have a board presence before that happens, and then build ourselves out into a lot of tokens that eventually get big enough that we can challenge our opponent and eventually win. So, like all of the decks on my channel, or I guess most of the decks on my channel, this is budget conscious, so I have generally not spent that many wild cards on it. There's definitely some wild card expenditures in this, but it's fewer than, I'll certainly say fewer than I wanted to for the power level that this deck can play at. But it's still pretty powerful and a lot of fun. So let's talk about what the deck is trying to do. Primarily, we're here to do token stuff. We've got a bunch of token generators here, 27 different cards that make creature tokens, especially from things like Oketra's Monument, a card I normally wouldn't run simply because I don't like to do discount effects unless I have a whole bunch of hits for it, and we don't have as many hits in this deck, but we have a lot of creature spells, and all of them coming with an extra Vigilant 1/1 token is pretty good. With our commander out, they all come with 2 of those tokens, and of course it discounts our commander a little bit. We've got a bunch of other fun things, like this Alchemy card that gives all of our attacking tokens +1/+0, and our first creature spell we cast each turn, Mobilize 1. You know, classics like Prince Imrahil, there we go, the fair. When we draw our second card, we make a 1/1 token. You know, we've got a lot of second card themes and a little bit of second spell themes with Cosmic Grand Zenith, which can put counters on all of our creatures or make us 2 soldiers. So we've got a lot of repeated token generation in this deck, including in the form of Recruit. Recruit is pretty sweet because Recruit lets us, if we look at the Queen of Dale, who I believe is Bard's wife, maybe, when an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, we recruit, and recruit is just conniving, which is just looting, which is just drawing and discarding. But if we discard a non-land, we get a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So that's pretty sweet when we're doubling our tokens, but also when we're doubling our draws. Because if Bard is in play, what this actually says is draw 2 cards, discard 1 card. If you discard a non-land, make 2 1/1 soldiers. So lots of good stuff in the token section to help us out. But notably, Bard does not say when 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control. So we don't just have all of our, if I can get to it, all of our creature tokens here. We also have a few trinket tokens. These are non-creature tokens. Specifically, Rosie Cotton, who's excellent in this deck. She's a 3-drop that comes in, makes us a food, which will trigger Bard, thereby making 2 foods, and whenever we create any tokens, we put a 1/1 counter on a creature that's not Rosie that we control, so we get to just pass out tokens, counters rather, all over the place to go along with our tokens. But we also have Collector's Vault, which is so good in this deck. 2 generic for an artifact that if we pay 2 and tap it, we draw, we discard, and we make a treasure. So with Bard out, again, we're drawing 2, discarding 1, and making 2 treasures, which refunds us for the amount of mana we spent for the Collector's Vault, and even fixes that mana since we can tap and crack the treasures for whatever colors we need. So the Collector's Vault is very valuable for us, especially if we're drawing a bunch of lands and we've got Bard out and a couple of different other creatures, but we're just digging for answers. Collector's Vault being able to draw us 2 and have us discard 1 and then make us mana really helps us out, because as opposed to Recruit, with Collector's Vault, we want to loot away our lands so we can use the treasures that it makes to cast our spells, and that'll get us going a little better. Interestingly, we have Collector's Vault, which is from Wilds of Eldraine, but we also have Daily Bugle newspaper, which is literally Collector's Vault with a different name. So it's just a functional reprint. Nice to be able to have a duplicate in here. We actually have a duplicate in our creature tokens as well, almost, in the sense that we have Resolute Reinforcements and Invasion Reinforcements, which are identical to each other except for the creature type. So pretty good token generation and trinket generation that helps us out a lot. We've got a small amount of card draw, it seems like, in this deck, but so much of it is repeatable card draw, like Mr. Fantastic, drawing us a card every time we make any number of tokens. Spider UK, if we have 2 or more creatures enter, we gain 2 life at the end step and draw a card. We have Rumor Gatherer, which can draw us a card every turn, etc. Belladonna Took, excellent card that you're going to be able to see a commander deck of pretty soon on this channel, so, tune in for that. But the point is, we have a bunch of draw in this section that seems like it's not doing that much for us. The reason is because we also have a looting section. We've got 8 additional cards that can do the Collector's Vault thing, or can recruit for us. Recruiting, like what we saw with the Queen of Dale or Bard's Company. Obviously we have to have that because it's a Bard deck. We've also got Frantic Search, which draws us 2 and then discards 2. So with Bard out, draws us 4 and discards 2, and then untaps 3 lands. And of course our Collector's Vault, a Daily Bugle newspaper. And we've got Bilbo, which is a 2-mana 1/1 unblockable that lets us loot when he does combat damage to a player, as well as Bilbo has Burglar's Plot, which is a sorcery adventure that lets us exchange control of 2 non-land permanents that share a card type. So we can take one of our 1/1 tokens and exchange control of that with our opponent's commander if we want, or their giant Galta, or whatever it is their biggest threat is, if we want to deny them that threat and just give them 1/1 in return. And then we can play Bilbo from exile after we go on an adventure. So pretty sweet stuff with our looting here to help out with what goes on after that. Beyond that, we have a bunch of different payoffs in this deck. Different cards that reward us for doing what we were going to do anyway. For example, Wizard class on level 3, when we draw a card, we put a 1/1 counter on a creature we control. That's a good way to pay off all of the cards that we're drawing. Rosie does a similar thing, putting counters on our stuff whenever we have tokens enter. Ominous Seas eventually rewards us for all of our draws by letting us make Krakens. Belladonna rewards us for our token generation by giving us life, drawing us cards, and putting a counter on all of our creatures, which can really help. We have a couple of interesting Hobbit cards that are just fun. Ravenhill Flock is just a Clickant Sky Mage with an extra toughness, so that's pretty nice. One that I truly love, Junkwinder is one of my favorite cards of all time, so we can end up casting this for just double blue thanks to its Affinity for Tokens ability, and every time we make a token, we tap something down and put it to sleep for a turn. That's pretty great. But we have other payoffs that aren't just sort of these general payoffs in the form of a few creature fall cards. Since we have a lot of tokens coming in, we want to be rewarded for having creatures enter. So Rumor Gatherer and Spider UK care about us having had 2 creatures enter, or having each creature we have enter. Mighty Mutanimals puts a counter on a creature, on one of our creatures whenever we have a creature come in. Airbender Ascension is a little bit of a tricky card, but gives us quest counters that we can eventually use to flicker something at instep, and Political Triumph lets us scry and eventually put a counter on every creature we control in addition to drawing a card. So that creature fall section is pretty nice as well. In sort of a counter to that is our second draw section. I've mentioned this already. We have a few cards that give us something whenever we draw our second card every turn. Emrakul's Messenger gives us an Eldrazi spawn, Daughters of the Deep, a Merfolk, Mischievous Mystic, a Flying Fairy, Prince Emerald, Human Soldier, and Bard the Bowman, the uncommon version of this creature, gets us a counter on one of our creatures, but also gives that creature lifelink until the end of turn. So pretty nice to be able to have some additional payoffs there. That's what we're going with for all the things we're doing. We're making a lot of tokens and some trinkets. We're rewarding ourselves for making all those things and having creatures enter and drawing a bunch of cards. But how do we actually win? What we're looking at mostly is our pump section. We've seen a bunch of this already, like Cosmic Grand Zenith and Rosy Cotton, Mighty Mutanimals. All of these can put counters on our creatures. Political Triumph and Belladonna can put a counter on all of our creatures. Intangible Virtue pumps up every one of our tokens. Waystone's Guidance pumps up all of our tokens' power when they attack. This sort of thing. We're doing a lot of pumping. Wizard's Class puts a counter on something whenever we draw a card. And we have a couple of other fun ones in addition, like Cosmic Grand, which can put a counter on all of our creatures. We have Dollmaker's Shop and Porcelain Gallery. Dollmaker's Shop, which makes us a token whenever we attack with something that's not a toy, and Porcelain Gallery, which gives all of our creatures base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures we control, which can just be a finisher for us. And stuff like that. Bard's Company, +1/+1 to all other creatures. When it enters or attacks, we recruit, so it's got a little bit of a Titan trigger, and we can flash it in if we control a human. We've got quite a few humans in this deck, 19 of them, including, of course, Bard's Company. So yeah, a lot to do with pump here, and we have just a little bit in the way of evasion as well. We've got Whirler Rogue that we can, since it comes in with 2 Thopters, we can tap 2 untapped artifacts we control, which could be those Thopters, to make something unblockable. And if Bard's in play, we're going to come in and make 4 Thopters, so we can do that twice, make 2 things that we've made big if we've gone tall rather than super wide to get in unblockably. And we have Aven Wind Guide to give all of our tokens Flying and Vigilance, which is especially cool because we can embalm it to make 2 copies of it, both of which are tokens. And since it's not legendary, we'll get 2 of it thanks to Bard, and they're giving themselves and each other Flying and Vigilance as well. Not that they didn't have it already, but anyway. So yeah, a lot of pump, a little bit of evasion. That's sort of what we're going with. And we do have a fun additional section, which I've just called rebuys, since one is a flicker effect with the Mind Stone if we're able to harness it. I know the Mind Stone is expensive in paper, but it's just a mythic wild card in Arena, and it's probably worth it if you play Brawl. This is just one of the best 2-drop mana rocks you can get in white, so it's worth one of your mythic wild cards. But yeah, if you harness it, which sometimes we've got the mana to do so, it becomes a Conjurer's Closet, and it lets us flicker something every turn, which is great because we have so many cards, so many creatures particularly, that enter. And when they do, they have an enters trigger that makes us more tokens or draws us cards or something along those lines. So we can rebuy essentially those. We're not having to buy it, I guess, but we can flicker it and we can double dip on those triggers. Similarly, Airbender Ascension becomes that same kind of deal once we've got 4 more quest counters, which is not hard to get to after we've airbent something, and we can airbend one of our things to just start triggering that and get one of those. Get a second bite at the apple when it comes to our enters triggers as well. So both of these effects can be really powerful for us when it comes to that. Beyond that, we have some of the classic stuff. We've got a good little bit of ramp here, different ways to take advantage of things. Poo-Poo UFO, since we're drawing so many cards, let's put a land into play from those each turn if we want to. Bender's Waterskin, since we do have some instant speed interaction, we can use that on another player's turn. Relic of Legends tends to be pretty great since we have a lot of legendaries that we don't want to attack with in this deck, like Rosy Cotton, so we can essentially use them as mana rocks. And we have a sort of minimal, but not bad amount of removal. Mostly what we're doing here is we've got, an O-ring effect, we've got some path and swords type things, a couple of different effects that let us do damage equal to the number of creatures we control, that sort of deal. Imprisoned to the Moon, a classic. Junkwinder to tap things down. A lot of just simple removal, since what we really want to do is get our way up to Bard and play out enough creatures that it doesn't matter if we've removed their stuff, we can just overwhelm them. So yeah, overall, that is our deck. We are running the classic 38 lands. We have one MDFC in Kabira Takedown if we need to play this as a tapped white source, because we are a little bit more white than we are blue. We're running a number of rare lands, but they're just the usual ones you would expect. Adakar Waste is a pain land. We've got our temple, we've got a shock land and a slow land and a surveil land. A couple of utility lands. I've got an unlucky land in here just because it tends to be good in Brawl, since it just means as long as one player is at essentially, I'm gonna get there. There we go. One player is at half life, then this will be an untapped duel. Otherwise, it's just a regular tapped land, and that's totally fine. And then 27 basics. So a pretty simple deck, but it ends up being a lot of fun to play I don't know how well it's going to do in this event, but I think it will probably be all right. But I do want to talk about one last little thing, which is our sideboard. I know not normally there are no sideboards in Brawl. However, I'm going to take a look at these cards sorted by rarity. So as you can see, we're running 10 rares and 5 mythics, because there's 4 mythics here, and of course, Bard himself is mythic. So that's 15 cards that are taking your gold and red wild cards. However, if you'll note, 7 of those rares are lands. So if you're spending wild cards and you want to build a deck and you have extra wild cards to spend, it's a good idea to get some of the more premium dual lands if you don't already have them, if you're new to Arena, like a Shock land or a Surveil land, even things like a Scry land or a Check land, that kind of thing. Verges are great, and so forth. However, if you want to say, well, I've got 15 cards that are taking rare or mythic wild cards in this deck, and I want to cut that in half, well, there's 7 lands. I've made a sideboard that includes a bunch of other dual lands you could run instead. None of them are as good as those rare duels, but they're nice as well. They could be something simple like this Final Fantasy land, which could help out, I guess, your poo-poo UFO. Skybridge Towers you can crack for a card. Tranquil Cove is a gain land. Lake Town from the Hobbit set, which I would have put in for flavor reasons, but I wanted to just put it over here for the reason I mentioned. We want to have a little bit of a nicer mana base because we want to get closer to winning with this deck. So yeah, there's more budget options. There's 10 of them, in fact, in the sideboard for your lands, so that you don't have to spend so many wild cards if you want to build this deck normally. The last thing I want to say about this deck is I've included a weird card. It's the Black Arrow. This is 3 generic for a legendary artifact. It's an equipment that equips for 1, gives +1/+1 and reach, but it also has flash, and when it enters, it does a damage to a target, and if a dragon was dealt damage this way, we destroy it. So essentially, it comes in for 3 mana at flash speed and does 1 damage. So it's not a very good removal spell, but you treat that damage as though it were death touch damage, essentially, against a dragon. So this is the arrow, if I understand the lore of the Hobbit well enough, that Bard actually fires at Smaug and kills Smaug with. That's why it's a legendary arrow. So I figured for this event, there's several different versions of Smaug, so people are probably going to be running some dragons, so this might be a fun card for this event, and it's flavorful. So I put in the uncommon version of Bard, so I might as well put in the Black Arrow in our removal suite. However, if you want to play this deck after Midweek Magic, just for normal, playing Brawl, I would replace it with Team Avatar. Team Avatar is an enchantment for 3 mana, so it stays the same in terms of our mana curve, that lets us attack alone with a creature and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures we control, so we can kind of go tall as an alternative to going wide, but also we can pay 2 and a white and discard it and sort of channel it to do the Kabira takedown thing, do damage equal to the number of creatures we control to a target creature. So this is a nice removal spell and a pump spell, as opposed to the Black Arrow, which is a weaker removal and pump effect. And also, Bard already has reach, but I guess it's nice that the arrow gives you reach. I guess it comes with a bow. Anyway, so I wanted to sort of explain this sideboard section. But that covers our deck, and so I'm pretty excited to play this today. I'm looking forward to showing you how it goes. So thanks for listening so far, and thanks in advance for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get to our gameplay. Okay, it's game one versus Tom Bombadil. Wow. Tom Bombadil is back, I guess, because they're just allowing a Hobbit card. I guess, was it like a reprint in the Hobbit? I mean, it's just a Lord of the Rings card. I mean, yeah, well, we'll see. We can get Prince Emerhill out. Hopefully we get Relic of Legends, maybe Oketra's Monument. We just need a little bit more mana. Oh, Kang, good grief. Alright, start off with an island. Ah, yes. Some people get punished, not us. That's not true. All right, opponent, what do you got? Another island. Okay. Sting. This is Sting again. Lord of the Rings. Maybe am I wrong? Is this event for Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? I assume it's just the Hobbit. It's the regular Brawl Builder challenge, I assume. But who knows? All right, they got Is It Mana? They got Elrond. Elrond lets them scry, lets the ring tempt them. That seems good. We got a Verge. Let's Relic of Legends into Imrahil. So now we can cast Bard next turn because we can use Relic of Legends to tap the Prince. Okay, they've got a Patient Instructor as well. They're going to scry, and then they're going to recruit. And they recruit themselves. Ooh, Arnie slays the troll. Interesting. So we can block Elrond, which is why they don't attack with it. Seems good. At this point, I think it's probably worth doing Oketra's Monument and then Swiftfoot Boots. That way, if Imrahil doesn't die, we can cast Bard and Swiftfoot Boots on Bard next turn. It's not really that helpful for us, but it's better than nothing. Okay, they're Misty Mountains Colding, so they're going to make a treasure for the next several turns and eventually get a dragon if they can, if they have 4 more treasures. We're going to take 5 here. We got a Collector's Vault, that's pretty good. Here's Bard, we get a token. Not doubled yet, because of course Bard is just now here. We're going to tap Imrahil to put the Swifties on Bard, and then we will attack with Bard. And I guess they're going to just take it, I assume. But now whenever we play a creature, we get 2 tokens thanks to Oketra's Monument. Okay, they block. We're ahead of them mana-wise a little. They've got those treasures. We'll see how this goes. We want to draw a second card next turn so we can trigger the Prince. So maybe we Collector's Vault, but I do like Inside Source. We could do both. They're going to put Sting on Elrond. Seems good. Sting gives +1/+1, haste, untaps every turn, and first strike if it's blocking or blocked by a goblin or orc. So, alright, well, we got a temple. We'll play it. Demo field, it's land, sure. We'll play out our Collector's Vault first. We'll activate our Collector's Vault. Discarding Muster the Departed, even though I do like it. Alright, we've got more abilities to do good things now. So, here is our Dollmaker's Shop. Do that here. And then we're going to Inside Source with our treasure. And get a whole bunch of tokens. Great. Seems good to me. We are done. We're not going to send in Bard to his death. They don't want to use their treasures because they want that dragon. But if we get to keep Porcelain Gallery, and we get to unlock that next turn, I think we win. What do we have? 3, 5, 7, 9, 10 creatures, so that's 100 damage on the board. 80 if they block with their 2 creatures. They've got 7 mana, so they can do any number of things. Coming of Galactus destroys something. Will it be our room? It should be. Looks like it is. Okay, that's fair. What else does this do? Drains us for 2, and then makes a 16, 16. Flying trample. Destroy a land, like annihilate a land? Wow, that's crazy. Well, maybe we can use our double draws to find ourselves some removal for that. Wow. Okay. Well, here's our Mystic. This way we can get some more tokens. Play a Plains, activate the Collector's Vault, draw our second card, so the Mystic and the Prince are both going to trigger. We get a lot of these things. We will not activate that. I think we want to hold up our mana. But what we can do is just swing in with a bunch of stuff. Do a little bit of damage to them. In fact, yeah. Do we lose both of our detectives? No, they want to keep both of their creatures. That seems fine. But I think I would rather... I think I'm gonna Swords Elrond. Not just to keep our detective, but to force them to have to re-equip Sting. And now, Misty Mountain's Cold is not going to give them a dragon, since they don't have enough treasure anymore. We will lose 2. We're going to hold up Path so we can get rid of Galactus. Galactus doesn't have hexproof, does it? Flying, trample, and okay. Doesn't have haste either, that's good. Kiora bests the Sea God. That is a game-winning card. It's not going to win right now, thankfully. It will tap down all of our stuff next turn. Cosmic Grand Zenith is pretty good. Here's what we're going to do. Collector's Vault. Good. We got some cards that we can use. Clacken Festival's going away. We drew some things. Cosmogrand. Take some tokens. Wayfarer's Bauble to trigger the Cosmogrand, putting a counter on everything. Pretty solid. And then to combat. Attack with everything except for our commander and our token generator. And see what that does for us. I'm not going to do the math. I feel like it gets us pretty close to winning if it doesn't let us win. We've got 7 in the air, so they're at 15. They blocked a couple of our 2/2s. Yeah, I think we've got them. There we go. And we could have pathed their 3/3, but I think we got them. Good game, Whitefish. Just got there. Alrighty. See? And we... Oh, didn't get a little thing. Alright. We got our second one, I guess. It's Bard's Company. Oh, wow. We already crafted that. Okay. Well, okay, that's fine. Let's keep going. Alright, it's game 2 versus Dargon against Dwaylen Weapon Master. Ooh. Dwaylen seems cool. I believe I'm making a Dwaylen deck in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. But we definitely can't keep this hand. So, get that in there. This is not better, but it lets us Wayfarer's Bauble on turn 2. That seems okay. Uh-oh. Real fetch lands. I don't trust it. They shock in a Sacred Foundry, they play an Esper Sentinel, they're going to draw a card off of us. Yep, take it. Okay, so we Wayfarer's Bauble turn 2. Turn 3, we Cosmogrand Zenith, probably. And then turn 4, Dollmakers and Swiftfoot Boots. Seems okay to me. They've got a Mother of Ruins and a Rabbit Battery. Well, so what does Dwaylen do? Hone counters on all equipment. That's cool. So Rabbit Battery is going to get a hone counter, which does not give it +1/+0 unless they reconfigure it onto something. There it is. And it's got haste. That's pretty good. That's very good, in fact. It's actually maybe going to kill us. We're going to see. Well, this is not ideal. Because if we Cosmogrand, we can't get something else out this turn. If we Mighty Mutanimals, we do get something and we can at least block. But I do want to play that Relic of Legends. But that doesn't give us a creature. So we're going to play the Mutanimals for now. Get that. Okay. Now, Mother of Ruins makes it so Dwaylen is essentially unblockable, unless we had an artifact creature. So we gotta do something about that. Iron Man armor also is pretty bad for us. Okay, they've decided not to make Dwaylen unblockable, so we will block. Go down to 13. Do we get some mana? We do. Alright. Cosmogrand. Into Swiftfoot Boots. We'll put a counter on the Cosmogrand, sure. Swifties. Make some tokens. Yep, draw yourselves a card. We'll put a counter on the Mutanimals. And another on the Zenith. So they can only have one thing that flies. It's probably going to be Dwaylen. We can attack here. I guess they block with the Mother of Runes, make it protection from white? Seems right. Right. Okay, okay. Even if we get out Bard, I don't think we're doing great. If we drew another land, Dane's Company. Look at the top 4, get something in your hand. And otherwise it's a 2/2 lifelink right now. You got a Mandibular Kite, so they can give something else flying. Johnny, sure. Not good for us. We're supposed to be the deck that goes wide. I think we just lose next turn. So if... yeah. Dollmaker Shop, Porcelain Gallery is not going to really help us right here. Let's Relic of Legends. Resolve it. Then Clocken Festival, I suppose. Put a counter on everything. Sure. We're not really doing much with this. We'll put the Swifties on this, because we're just going to attack for no reason. Because they've got us in the air. Right? Yeah, there's no chance. They just attack with Dwaylen, the Hoenn counters are going to kill us. So we attack with everything here. We make ourselves a toy. Put a counter on this thing. Give them a good game. And we've had a fun time. Maybe they just let it through, and we do 13 damage to them. Guess not. They want to flip a Johnny. So we are done. Good game, Dargan. All right. All right, game 3 versus Really Bad Boy, playing the Lord of the Eagles. Lord of the Eagles, I posted a deck for last week, so check out the video's description to see the link to that video. In the meantime, we can't keep this hand, but we can keep this one. start off with the planes. Now this is going to be mono blue flyers with a really big flyer. Really bad boy with a really big bird. Alright. Waystone's Guidance right now. We can at least swords this, even though it will gain them 8 life. Ledger Shredder is actually probably worth swordsing too. Let's swords it. And then this next turn, maybe we Whispering Wizard, so we can have some flying blockers. Tempest Djinn is very nice. The Wizard. With Mobilize, why not? The Djinn can get pretty big, actually. Spyglass Siren. And since it can get big, that helps discount the Lord of the Eagles. Alright, they're going to explore with the Siren. You get Force of Negation, pretty good for non-creature spells. It's not in their hand yet, though. Actually, it's in the graveyard, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we've got Adakar Wastes. Do we play Shuri? Yeah, I think we held up Banishing Light. Lord of the Eagles is going to come in and make us sad no matter what. Shuri's going to draw us a card. But they can't play Lord of the Eagles this turn, at least. So, it does have Flash. Ooh, we got an island. Perfect. Alright, swinging for 6. That seems good. There's the Eagle. On their turn, huh? Well, Banishing Light on our turn. Do they have a counterspell? I wouldn't be surprised. Or like a dive down, maybe? Oh, I guess not. That's cool. So in we go. Mobilize a little bit, do a little damage to him. And then pass. We can at least block in the air. And we will. Maybe we kill the Siren, actually. Yeah, I don't mind killing the Siren. A little Frantic Search. Ooh, Junkwinder. Very nice. Let's get rid of these two. Untap some land to make it seem like we can do anything with it. Kill the Siren. Lord of the Eagles comes in. But we still kill the Siren. Seems good. And we are dying right now. We're dying. Yeah. Bard. Alright. Don't think we can get out of this one here. Unless they have a trick. Oh, just Phantom Interference. Okay. Yeah, that's it for us. Good game, opponent. We will attack you, but you're going to eat our Whispering Wizard. We're just going to do 6 to you. You go down to 11, and we go to the graveyard. We will join our graveyard in the graveyard. Oh, Mystic Sanctuary, that's cool. Right on. Good game, really bad boy. All right, we're gonna try again. I think that was game 3. I'm gonna pretend it was. This might be game 4 against Bjorn, Reluctant Host. Very cool. I'm sorry, it's Echolali. Sure. Yeah, we can do this. Bjorn lets them. Okay, it seems good. I imagine they're going to be doing some cool stuff. So I think we're actually going to get Bilbo out. They give themselves another land drop? Do they not have another land in hand? Oh, well, okay. Away we go. Bilbo, give us a loot. We can loot away Intangible Virtue for now. And I think we'll play Shuri and draw ourselves a card. Okay, Swifties, that's fine. Slime Against Humanity deck. Interesting. Okay, okay. Seems fun. We can get rid of one of their slimes. Maybe worth doing. How about we just play the Swifties? Put it on Shuri, just to protect her for some reason. And we'll attack with Bilbo, do 1 damage. We can loot away a Lirios. Or, no, we'll get rid of the Whirler Rogue. Much though I do like it. Got another slime, seems good. They can attack for 5, or 2 rather. Okay, we got a Manolith, which we will play. And I think we're going to Airbender Ascension here just to get it started. I'm going to get rid of the bigger one. Attack in for 3. And we've got a bunch of removal spells. Well, we're going to use them. Get rid of Illyrios. I like Illyrios because he comes in tapped and he makes a 3-2, but with Bard he makes 2 3-2s. Alright, they're going to keep sliming. That is fair and reasonable. We will not block. We got the Mutanimals, so here's King of Dale. Bard has come to share with us his Bardistry. We will draw 2, discard 1. The one we discard is going to be, I think, the Mutanimals, because Bard's Company is a Titan. Oh, and we've got mana enough to put the Swifties on Bard. Seems good. So shortly, we're going to start removing things. They got Bjorn. Bjorn is just green. I think just sort of an excuse to run this deck, maybe? Alright. 7 mana. So Bard's Company seems like a solid one. We will loot away our Wayfarer's Bauble. Play Azorius Signet and our Wizard class, I guess. And we don't want to attack except with Bilbo. But we will attack with Bilbo. Draw 2 and throw away this Plains. Right. Play an island. And I think we're doing okay. Let's flicker Bard's Company. Lets us recruit again. No, we'll flicker Shuri. And make a robot that flies. Or rather, 2 of them. And we're set. Now that we have Airbender Ascension online, and some things that enter and make tokens, that seems pretty good for me. Alright, and we can emergency eject to get rid of their big things if we need to. Let's see if they want to attack us. They do. Okay. Well, then here we go. Block Bjorn with Bard. Block here. Block here. Oh, yep, there we go. We can take 4, I guess. Or, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll get rid of their 7/7. We're making some progress. All right. Let's Divination. Cosmogrand. That's pretty good. Here's an island. Here's our Cosmogrand. And I think Patient Instructor. Put a counter on everything so we can more easily block. Throw away the abandoned. Actually, the abandoned campground is fine. Throw away the Hallowed Fountain at this point. We've got a 6/6 looking at us. So here's what we do. Flyer, unblockable, attacks. Draw 2. Ooh, that's very nice. We'll throw away OG Bard. And we will flicker Patient Instructor, since we don't want to lose any of our counters. Recruits, we'll throw away Oketra's Monument, get some more tokens, and that's our turn. And now we can Resolute Reinforcements or Invasion Reinforcements on their turn as a surprise. They're going to keep sliming at us. That's fine. It's always slime time somewhere. With the Dominaria United one. Get ourselves some tokens, and they've had enough. Good game, Ekolali. Alrighty. We are 2-2, and maybe I tested too early. Well, we got the Eagles are coming and a cool cosmetic. That seems great, and we're gonna keep going. I believe we're 2-2. Who can tell? We're gonna just say that we are. This is probably Game 5 against Bofer, Reliable Guardian. Ein 2. Bofer. Make something hexproof, and then it's a 1/1 lifelink. Okay. I feel like I don't trust this. Are we up against a Heir Apparent deck, and this is just a white creature to give them an excuse to be able to do that? We're gonna see. Oh, we got our lifelinker. Seems fine. Glacial Fortress. We'll play Political Triumph. And we can Invasion Reinforcements maybe next turn. We'll see. Maybe you want to hold back on the Cosmogrand, but we'll see how this goes. Is this Heir Apparent? Yes, it is. That's a shame. We're not going to win this one. We are too slow for a Heir Apparent deck, probably. We're going to play our Cosmogrand, though, because at least it can block the hairs. So, yeah, we'll keep getting some land so that we can eventually get Bard out. Maybe that will help us. Another hair, okay. They get a bun. No enters triggers, that's fine with me. We don't have anything we want to do with our mana too much right now, so we'll have this come in tapped, play a muster, and scry. Okay, we're doing fine on our mana. That's at least good. This next turn, we can play 2 spells and complete Political Triumph, so we have blockers. And they're just not drawing any lands. Okay, maybe we can do okay against this. We're going to Invasion Reinforcements first, so these can also get counters. Bard's Company is a solid pull. We'll see what we can do with that. Now everything gets counters from Political Triumph, and we draw that card. Then we Banishing Light one of these hairs to slow things down, put a counter on everything. And we can at least, like I said, slow it down. We will attack in the air just to put a little pressure on them. If they don't draw, they gotta land. Okay, so 2 hairs are coming in this turn. Next turn, we can play Bard, and then Bard's Company the turn after, and that's not terrible. We might even attack on the ground to get Muster the Departed online. Frantic Search is pretty good once we have Bard in play, which now we do. So, attack like so. Let's see if they block our token. Nope. Okay. Frantic Search into Bard's Company seems pretty good this next turn. Assuming we draw mana for it. And we keep going wide with the Cosmogrand so that we can keep blocking. Still feel like we're on the back foot here, and we probably are. But we're going to see how this plays out. Okay, well, that's pretty scary. Pride of Conquerors. Wow, haven't seen you for forever. Yeah, we're gonna block not enough things, I think. We'll kill Bofur, kill one of these hares. That's 12 damage, and then that's 24. So yeah, we're just dead. Good game, Ein 2. Next turn was gonna be pretty good for us. Oh well. Let's keep it rolling. This deck is fun, but challenging. Okay, it's Bifer, Melodic Rider, Javat. This is game 6. We can't really keep this. It's a shame. I don't mind it. Knight of the Coalition is fun. For 4 mana with our commander out, we get 6 power of vigilant creatures. I like that. This is much better though. Doing okay here. We will... Okay, Adventurer's Gear. We'll Deserted Beach, turn 1. What does this do? It's a 6 mana, 4/5 storied creature. When it enters or attacks, puts a counter on a creature, and when they have an enduring story, it doubles dwarf triggers. Oh wow, we're gonna be in for some trouble. Mage Tower Referee. Multicolored spells give them counters, or give it a counter. That's cool. We're gonna play our Signet. I think we Spider UK this turn. Or maybe we Emrakul's Messenger? No, we Spider UK. Then Emrakul's Messenger, Patient Instructor. Trigger Emrakul's Messenger, trigger Spider UK, that's all fine. Oh, don't kill our Arcane Signet, we need that. No! Steel Wrecking Ball, so rude. Well, we'll tap it for white, just for fun. So rude. Okay, Adventurer's Gear, which just gives +2/+2 with landfall, that seems good. Well, we can't really play a 3-drop right now, so we'll just play our Temple. And that's land, so I don't mind it. We'll play our Messenger. It's a flyer at least. Maybe we Bugle this next turn, so we can trigger Emrakul's Messenger in order to get an Eldrazi spawn. That's not terrible. Rass's Tunnel Grinder. Okay, they discard some cards, then draw 1 more than they discarded, and they discarded Dwarven Provisioner. Okay, interesting. And then this flips into something that lets them discover when they cast a spell using the mana of that land. Okay. Well, here's an island. We are going to Bugle and activate the Bugle, so we get a little bit of ramp. We will throw away... I hate to throw away Rogue's Passage, but I think it's probably not that helpful to us right here. We're doing fine. We will attack in the air. Okay. Next turn, we can play our commander. Or we can Spider UK. I think we play our commander. Machinesmith Automaton. Vibranium Energy Daggers. Okay. We're doing some stuff. We will still not block this Mage Tower Referee. We will start blocking it soon. Alright. Bard, King of Dale. We will sack this here. And there we go. Attack in the air. They can Vibranium Energy Daggers on that Mage Tower Referee if they want to. Or maybe they do the Machinesmith. Does that make it a 5/5? Is this +2/+2? Is that right? Yeah. Pretty good. Okay. Put a counter on a creature. Okay. Put a counter on a creature. Okay. Ah, pretty good. Yeah, we're not gonna stop that. Okay. We've got 6 mana. We've got to emergency eject the referee. I think we inside source in order to just have big tokens to deal with. I think that's solid. We'll Meticulous Archive here. Bilbo. Oh yeah. Bilbo lets us trade one of our tokens for one of their things. So we attack here. Only their automaton has trample, so whatever they stack all their equipment on, we get rid of. In fact, we can bugle into emergency eject if we want to. That's not horrible. Oh, wow. That's crazy. We're going to put it on the referee. They want to control us, but I don't think that they can. We will throw away, this Plains. That's fine. We get some spawn. We will use the spawn to emergency eject Mage Tower referee. Good. They've still got mana. This costs 15 minus the creature's power. So this becomes a 7/7. That's a lot. Or no. Oh, they're attacking with both. Okay. So 6. We don't want Bard to die. So here's what we do. Block here, only take 2. Block here. Yeah, okay. We go to 6. Not ideal, but okay. Bard's Company, ooh. We got 8 mana. Lets us recruit. Which lets us have, I think, just enough. Maybe not enough, though. Okay, 4 for Bard's Company. We recruit, we get the... Yeah, that's fine, we can do it. We can do it, it's alright. We will throw away Patient Instructor. Make it some of those Eldrazi spawn. We've got an island. We're going to cast Bilbo, or rather Burglar's Plot. Steal this and give them one of these instead. Let's Daily Bugle to make some colored mana. We will discard this island, I guess. Make that creature bigger, and we'll play Bilbo with the colored mana. Thank you. We'll see if this is actually something we can get out of. We'll attack in the air and on the ground, because we've got Vigilance. Alright, so we've stolen their automaton. They can move their adventurer's gear if they want. They've only got 1 mana, though. Or 1 card in hand, I should say. Golden Scale Aeronaut. So they back up. Oh, it's got backup. Oh, we're dead. We just die. Because we attacked with our only flyer. Yep, that's it. Oh no, we're not. We've got Bard. Bard's got reach. We can throw away our commander. That's too bad, but we can do it. Challenge is what do we do next turn? Well, we'll see what we draw. Yep. Gets bigger. Doesn't have trample though. So we attack with Bard. Or we block with Bard rather. Bard goes back to the command zone. Bard now costs 8, which we could do, but we don't have anything else we can do after that. We only have one flying blocker, unfortunately. Do we Spider UK in the hopes of just gaining a little life? I guess so. Prince Emerhill. Activate the Bugle. Discard the Knight of the New Coalition. We got some stuff. So I think we swing in. We can only block one flyer, but we might as well go in with these two. If we can survive one turn, we may be okay. Oh, they only have one flyer, silly me. Bifer only flies when it's backed up the first time, so Golden Scale Aeronaut we have to be scared of. Then again, we really have to be scared of the Dominion Bracelet. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like we've probably lost this one, but let's see. Yeah, here we go. Gain a little life. Maybe it helps. They can Dominion Bracelet us. And they control our next turn after this? Yeah. So they're making their flyer as big as they can. But we can chump block in the air. Then they activate the Dominion Bracelet. We don't get to do anything on our next turn. They attack again, and we lose. That seems about right. Okay, so we've lost this one if they don't misplay, which they probably won't. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Can we kill their commander? 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we can. So we will. We'll use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom. And there. And just see what they do. This at least kills their commander, so if they... Oh, they don't have the mana to recast. Oh, they do. They can still use the Dominion Bracelet now. Because Golden Scale Aeronaut is so huge. So they can misplay. It's possible. Do they do it during right now? Good game. I don't think... Did I miss something? I guess I did. Yeah, we'll throw this away. We don't need to really recruit right now because we've got the win. Good game, Javad. I didn't expect that to happen. Did I misread the Dominion Bracelet? Because they had 2 mana up, and... Oh, it cost 15! That's right. Yeah? Well, did they... I must have been looking at it wrong. Did they never get to that point where they could have done it? Guess not. Well, good game. That's fun. Okay. Encouraging Aviator. It's a fun ICR. So this is going to be game 7 versus Smog Wicked Worm. Cool. Come back this Thursday to see my Smog Wicked Worm deck for Commander. This is versus Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl is a great username. Love that. This is an okay hand. We'll keep it. We've got enough mana to get going. I don't love it, but it's fine. They're going to come in with a Leyline of Resonance. They're going to be copying stuff. Smaug cares about us having artifacts, so I guess we can give them some artifacts. Make some treasure. Toka and Razor. 3/2. When a player casts a spell, if the mana is... Oh, they lightning bolt us if we spend less mana than its mana value. So let's hope we don't draw our discount card. Well, here's Flood Farm Verge. And I guess we'll play the Mystic. That way we can Daily Bugle next turn, make a fairy. Hopefully we've got land as well. We'll see. Fairies might be pretty helpful against a flying commander. Seer Slasher Goblin, so we've got some raid stuff going on. This doesn't have trample at least. So we can't block Toka and Razor anyway since it has menace, so let it through. We get a goblin. Seems fine. Alright, we miss a land drop. Not ideal. We'll do this. Didn't find land. We will throw away this bird. Get ourselves a fairy. And we're going to swing in since we're not blocking. Use that mana to get our Pack Beasts next turn. Love to get another land, because then we can play the Pack Beasts and use the land and the treasure to replace the treasure, but loot our way into maybe more land. Okay, we got Sting. This is the new Sting. Hone counter on Sting. And they made it big. Okay, well, we'll block that Seer Slasher Goblin so they can't keep getting 1/1s at their end step. Alright, we got land. That's great. Got the Delcoven Pack Beasts. Love them. We will do the Bugle. Replace our treasure with another treasure. We did not find land, but we will still get our fairy. Attack in the air. Now we can't block. We can block Toka and Razor now if we want to throw away our fairy, which maybe we do. But they've got Smaug out now, so they're going to get 2 tapped treasures. Okay. So the Coven Pack Beast is not ideal right now, but... Okay, there's a Catcher's Monument, so Toka and Razor is going to make us sad if we use it. So we'll play our Relic. We have the mana now to play Bard. So maybe what we do is we Swiftfoot Boots and pass. Because next turn, if we draw a land, we can play Bard and Swiftfoot Boots and equip the Swiftfoot Boots on him. I don't want to get lightning bolted by Toka and Razor, but we may have to. Hopefully they attack with Toka and Razor and Smaug. Don't play any cards. Alright, Smaug, we're gonna chump. Draenith Ruins. Okay. Didn't get land, that's okay. We'll just use Bard to pay for his own equip cost. They've got no response, it looks like, thank goodness. We can attack with the Pack Beasts, so now we've got a whole bunch of mobilized tokens. That at least does, you know, a serious amount of damage to him. And if we play Intangible Virtue next turn, then we can double that amount of damage. That's pretty good. Okay. Seems good. Unmobilize. They kill the Pack Beasts? Might. Spider UK and Intangible Virtue? Ooh, Rise of the Dark Realms. Wow. Give them a nice. Never get to see that played. But all they get is a 1/2 and a 2/1. Oh, give us a thanks. That's nice. Glad to be helpful, friend. All right, we'll play our temple. See what we got on top. It's the Black Arrow. How can we not play it? We have to do it. This is our chance. Spider UK. Oh well. No, we don't have the mana to do it both in the same turn. Oh yes, we do. Opt. Get the Black Arrow. Make a fairy. Play the Black Arrow. Kill Smaug with Bard. Incredible. What an incredible day it is. Thank you as well. And now, Intangible Virtue, tapping Bard, We're going to attack with our pack beasts, and all of our mobilized tokens are 2/2s. Now they can kill our pack beasts now, but I think we're doing okay. Oof, they don't want to. They want to keep Token Razor up? They don't. Okay. Well, they'll take some damage. We lose all of our mobilized tokens. Do they have a board wipe or something? Is that what's going on here? I'm just glad we got to do the Black Arrow thing. Alright, we've got Smog back. Smog gets some treasure, but I don't think this is it enough for them. We're gonna Oketro's Monument. We're gonna Insight Source to make some friends. Our Adhikar Wastes. Spider UK. We can web sling it in? Oh, give him a good game. Give him a good game. We'll go ahead and just play it. Go ahead and swing in. And that's enough. Good game, Pterodactyl. Incredible username. Big fan of that. All right. If that was game 7, because I think I may have lost count of one of them, then we're ahead now. We're 4-3. So let's play a few more. Okay, I think this is game 8 against Really Yawn, Radagast of Rosgobel. Radagast is probably going to kill us. This is not a great hand. We can do better than this. This is better than this. We've got the Mind Stone. Alright, they've got an Elvish Mystic on turn 1, which is pretty solid. Emrakul's Messenger into Opt on turn 3 is pretty okay. Beanstalk Giant, alright, reasonable. They're going to find themselves a basic forest, put it in untapped. Seems good. Ooh, Mr. Fantastic. Here's the Mind Stone. Mr. Fantastic draws us cards when we make tokens. So maybe we Mr. Fantastic first, and then Emrakul's Messenger and Opt the turn after. I think that's okay. We can do that. Yeah. Mr. Fantastic. Pass it to you. Daughter of the Deep is another Marvel card. Draw your second card, get a Merfolk, and you can make a Merfolk unblockable. That seems fine. It's not quite Emrakul's Messenger, but then again, this is a Modern Horizons card, so... Gnarled Professor. Alrighty. This is a 5/4... Oh, original Strixhaven. Yeah. Classes and Season. Very nice. Okay. Radagast. Innkeeper's Talent. Okay, they're going to start pumping things up. That seems fine. Trample on a 5/4 that's probably going to get a counter in just a moment is scary. Oh, they went to level 2. So they might go to level 3 next turn. We'll see if they do. But no attacks now. Alright, we got a Plains. We will Emmy's Messenger. We don't have enough mana to also Daughter of the Deep. So we'll just do this. We need to use blue for Opt in order to draw our second card. Ooh, that is a card to draw. Excellent. Get this. Draw a card off of Mr. Fantastic. Pretty good. Arcane Signet. We're doing great in terms of our mana. And we can even cast another card. I feel like maybe we want to use Bilbo's Adventure to get rid of one of their things. Maybe even get rid of Radagast. Or steal Radagast, I should say. This is only Ward 1. So, because of Innkeeper's Talent. So, we've got the mana to pay for Ward next turn. Yeah, maybe we still Radagast. I think that's probably the smart play. Okay, we're gonna Rabid Bite Mr. Fantastic. He goes away. Sledge class Siege Ship. When it attacks, they get to Elvish Pipe or something into play. Got it. Okay, Radagast is bigger now and protected. We will not block. We'll take 9. They've got no mana up, though. And we have mana to use. So we're going to tap all our white mana here, I think. Burglar's Plot. Daughter of the Deep and Radagast. Pay the ward on Radagast. We can play Bilbo. Attack in the air. And now we can still block. We're still hurting a little bit. But we can make this work. Because now Bard is only 4 mana. We can Bard into Whirler Rogue if we tap ourselves properly. Iron Scale Hydra. That's not terrific. But if we have enough tokens, it'll be okay. Now the Siege Ship is maybe a problem, because it's a 4/5 flyer. We'll just have to see, though. They can attack for 10 right now? For 11 right now? Yeah, we may well be dead. But we'll see. Ooh, what do they put into play? Clearly have something. Krang, huh? Well, no blocks. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay, I guess that's that. We're gonna play Bard though. Play Whirler Rogue. Get some friends. Attack with Bilbo. Draw 2, discard 1. Ooh, Path. Throw away Abandoned Campground. Or the Whispering Wizard. So unfortunately, we couldn't play the Abandoned Campground because we already played a land for turn. Spin the white to Path Krang, which would have maybe saved us. But we're just dead. Let's see if they want to take us out, though. Maybe they don't. We'll see. Okay, Doubling Season is in effect. Put 2 counters on something. Okay. We are dead, right? We could block with everything and maybe survive. There's Krang, yeah. Yeah, we're not. The Tramplers, we're not doing anything to stop this. It is fun to steal someone's commander, though. And we got a Professor of Zoomancy, sure. We got a Pest, and we give them a good game. Good game, really, on. Alright, we're tied up again, I believe. We'll do a couple more. See if we can get to a positive win rate over the course of 10 games. This should be game 9. I think it is. We're going to call it game 9 against Keely the Resourceful. Mandep. Hello, Mandep. This is a solid opener. We'll keep it. Keely is mono white. We'll play an island and a Wayfarer's Bauble. As long as you have an enduring story, you can pay 0 rather than the equip cost, and dwarves and equipment enter and you draw a card once a turn. That's pretty good. We will crack our bauble, find a white source. This next turn we can Plains, Mindstone, and then I think a Lyrios. Lyrios is a cool card. It's Narcissus, but Theros Beyond Death. I'd like to make a commander deck out of this at some point. Ooh, Adeline. Seems good. Well, we'll go ahead and play Bard. The fact that we can get it out so fast is pretty solid. Then if Bard survives, Knight of the New Coalition is 4 mana for 3 2/2s. That's not bad. But we can also harness the Mind Stone and just make 2 3/2s with Illyrios over and over. Okay, Inoffensa. Sky Knight Squire is gonna get big. So maybe Ravenhill Flock is worth it. Essence Channeler? Oh yeah. So they've got some flying stuff going on. Yeah, we're just gonna block here, and we'll take 10. I think maybe we play our bird. Maybe that's the smart plan. Just because it can block in the air? It's not that exciting. Okay. Azorius Signet. Knight of the New Coalition. Get some tokens. Hallowed Fountain. Hope for the best. Sky Knight Squire is going to be a problem. But depending on what we do here, we might be able to get through it. Alright, they got SRAM. Bolstering Inoffensa or SRAM. Essence Channeler. Is Bolster not... Least Toughness, yeah. Oh, Least Toughness, got it. Okay. Got Leonardo. Seems solid. Alright, we can't block that in the air. Our opponent's doing just fine. And I don't like that. Okay, ooh, we can steal the Sky Knight Squire. And maybe we ought to. Just to save ourselves from dying to it. We'll play Bilbo as well. Why, thank you. And then we hope we survive this turn. We're going to take some damage. Fateful Absence to kill their own creature. Seems solid. We got some clues. We got Killy. And they are storied. So Killy lets them equip things. They don't have anything to equip yet. Alright, we got the Queen. Love her. Might be helpful with their equipment deck. Got a Ravenhill Flock. We're going to get in with Bilbo. Draw 2. Discard Glacial Fortress. Get some triggers on our Flock. Intangible Virtue to make our tokens bigger. Seems so good. Alright, we may be stabilizing. Let's see what they play now. Kimba Ka, that's pretty good. Get to bolster, of course. They get to make a cat if they get the mana to do so. They've got another card in hand, though. Frodo. Attach equipment to it. During their turn, it doesn't take damage. Okay, interesting. We've got land. So we'll play our land. We'll crack a clue. We can Banishing Light. That's worth doing. But what do we get rid of? Probably Adeline, I think. Inoffensa has been doing a lot of work for them, but I think Adeline is the right choice. Get rid of it for now. We will attack with Bilbo, draw some more cards, make our Ravenhill Flock even bigger. Seems good. We will discard this island, because we can still play our inside source this turn and make a bunch more tokens. We're doing okay. It would be really nice if we could get Belladonna out. Ooh, that's a nice choice. They attack? Nope. We got Wizard class. We're going to level it up. Draw 4 cards. Pretty good. Our bird is getting really big. Level it up again. Play the Poo-Poo UFO for another blocker, but also something that can put lands into play for us. We'll even attack with Bilbo, draw even more cards. Seems good. We'll throw away our campground, even though it would come in untapped for us. We'll put a counter on Bilbo, so that Bilbo does more damage for us soon. We get a little bit more mana. And I think soon they're going to have to swing in, or it's over for them. Because our bird is big enough at this point. Or pretty close to big enough. They don't do anything. Okay. Airbender Ascension. We're going to give them a good game too. Good game. I think they see that the writing is on the wall. Airbender Ascension to... I guess we get rid of their most expensive thing. We don't really have anything that's expensive. We'll get rid of their Essence Chandler, let's say. Draw a card so that we can pump up our things a little bit more. Okay. Bilbo gets the counters. The bird gets the counters. Cycle Ominous Seas to give Bilbo some more counters and the bird some more counters. I think we're there. Let's go in. Bird and Bilbo. We do have a flying blocker in Poo-Poo UFO if they've got interaction here, which maybe they do. Not on my watch. Seems good. Yeah. So they kill our bird, which does change things a bit for us. We will throw away Clocken Festival. Put a counter on Bilbo. Where's Bilbo? Here he is. Another counter on Bilbo. Airbender Ascension gives us some triggers. We lose our bird, but we get in with Bilbo for 9. That's still pretty good. Draw 2, discard 1. It's going to be this Ketra's Monument. We're not going to need it now. We'll keep putting counters on Bilbo. Aven Wind Guide or Spider UK. I think Spider UK, so we can draw a little, or we can gain a little life. And then we hold up our Kabira takedown for removal. I think that's fine. Oh, and we also got the Swords of Plowshares. Solid. We'll put this on Bilbo. Bilbo. We got our swords. We got our Kabira takedown. Captain America. Are they going to just swing out and have us deal with it? That's fair if they do. Guess not. Then that is all. Bilbo. Attack with Bilbo. He's unblockable. Good game, Mandep. Alright. Wasn't sure we were going to take that one, but we got there. Good. And that's kind of what this deck does. You fight pretty hard over the first 5 or 6 turns of the game to build up your board, stabilize, get Bard out, and then things generally fall, they sort of escalate in your favor. Interaction is something that can be challenging for us, but we can usually deal with it. And this is game 10 versus Baby Robbie, or Babby Robbie, with Thorin Oakenshield. Thorin is another dwarf. Gives everything ward when they have an enduring story. It's cool. Let's see what we can do with that. Nothing with this hand. This hand is better. We will keep it. They've got an Authority of the Consuls. That will bother us some. We're gonna play our temple first, so we can have access to blue, and we got some more blue coming. Good. We will go into our Mind Stone and then our Bugle newspaper, probably. With more rares, and I guess mythics, this deck would be a lot stronger. Oh my goodness, we've got an Ocelot Pride. We are in trouble. Alright. Multiverse of Passage, yeah. Our opponent's not skimping on rares. They got a Righteous Valkyrie. Okay, so this is a big life gain mess that they're putting together here. I guess, much as I would like to keep ramping, let's Political Triumph into Bard, so we have a blocker. Oh, we don't really have a blocker thanks to that. Yeah, so we've got to take that into consideration. All right. Next turn, we Plains, Daughter, Daily Bugle. Oh, Heartflame Slash to kill Bard. All right, well, you really don't want us to have anything. I guess that's reasonable. We are opponents. Challenging. Yeah. Daughter of the Deep. Relic of Legends seems good. It's not a land, but we will take it. We'll throw away our Whirler Rogue in the process. Okay, basic land. That sounds grand. All our stuff gets a little bit bigger. Oh, dual land seems good too. Okay, Heliod in a life gain deck is terrifying. How much life do they have to get in order to get their big boost? Just one more? Okay, I don't love that. At least we can use Patient Instructor to bring them down a bit. Maybe not. Well, here's Bard. Okay, they got there. Should have attacked with the Patient Instructor first, I guess. Yeah, I think we may have lost this one. They put it on one of the untapped ones we can't even attack. Yep, that's fine. Okay. How do we want to handle this? I think we're dead. Do we just die? If we wanted to kill Ocelot Pride, that's not going to happen. Thorin is here, and Heliod's online, so I think we're just dead. Oh. I don't know what. Yeah, just swing out. You got us. It's fine. Give him a good game, and that is enough. I don't want to go out on a loss this way. That's maybe famous last words, but we're going to try to play one more game and see if we can get through that. Either way, good game, Babby Robbie. That was solid. Very strong life gain deck. We weren't going as fast as we could, but we weren't really going slow, so we're going to give it one more try. Okay, it's game 11. We got another Lord of the Eagles deck. This is against Xena. Hello, Xena. Another. Did we play Lord of the Eagles already? Well, in any case, I think we did. Yeah, check out the video's description to see the link to the deck I put up last week, which was Lord of the Eagles. So probably we got to go pretty fast with this. Whirler Rogue would probably be good, so will Emrakul's Messenger. Get out our Arcane Signet. We play the Rogue first, I suppose. Then Messenger Frantic Search the following turn. That seems good. Black Arrow. Cool. We got our Rogue. And we got some flyers to block with. Cephalid Coliseum, if they have Threshold, lets them sack it to draw 3 and discard 3. That's cool. Clever Impersonator to make a Whirler Rogue. Cool. Okay, so now they've got a little discount on their commander. Alright, more land seems grand. Emrakul's Messenger. And we'll pass. Because we can Frantic Search on their turn, and then Black Arrow the same turn, since Frantic Search untaps lands. Shadow Spear, eh? That's pretty cool. Put it on the Rogue, that's fine. Search frantically, see if they counterspell us. Looks like they want to. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, no lands, unfortunate. Well, I wanted to keep the Black Arrow and kill one of their flyers, but I guess we don't. Poo-Poo UFO is so good for us, though. I hate to lose this. It's a finisher for us, but shame. All right, well, here we go. We'll block in the air. All right. Let's give it a shot. Do they counter our commander? If so, that's fine. We can work with it. They don't. Okay. They have a campground. Cyclonic Rift on just the commander? Okay, that's fine with me. We're gonna attack for 4. They've got 6 mana. Commander still costs 9. Riddlemaster Sphinx. They're gonna bounce our Emrakul's Messenger? Okay, seems fine. And now the commander costs much less. Alright. Can't quite Relic of Legends and Bard. We can't really Bard and something else, unfortunately. So we're going to Relic of Legends first. And then we'll Poo-Poo UFO as a blocker. And we're going to Banishing Light their Riddlemaster Sphinx to force them to do something different. Now their commander costs full price again. Maybe it won't after they cast the next thing they cast, but we'll see. Kitsune's Technique has them mill us. That's fine. I'm not concerned about being milled. Unless they mill us the rest of the way, I guess. Here is the Messenger. And Bard. Swing in with the Whirler Rogue. Let's see what they got for us. Kitsune's Technique is interesting. Alright, Xena. What do you have? More bounce? It's possible. Mystical Tutor. Okay. What are we finding? Thinking about it. You have more mill? Is that how you're going to take us out? Could be. We're down to 41 cards in the library. Wisdom of Ages. Bring back all their instants and sorceries, and no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Okay. You can make something unblockable with Clammy Prowler. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Alright, well. We can Oketra's Monument. Mighty Mutanimals. Get some triggers. Lots of them. We're going to put counters on Emrakul's Messenger. And now all we need is card advantage. Which won't be that hard for us to get. I hope. We might flood out, who knows? Alright, our opponent is mono blue. They've got several cards in hand, a couple of creatures in play. They can get in with the Whirler Rogue if they are willing to lose the Prowler. Looks like they might be. Do they have a trick? Let's find out. Another sneak card, maybe, that they want to bounce the Rogue with? Looks like we're losing one of our mutants. Yep. So they're winning the life race, but okay, Demo Field doesn't really help us. We can attack with everything. Other than the UFO. Draw 3. All our stuff gets smaller. Sure. We're going to Demo Field away their Cephalid Coliseum. We'll get another white source, I guess. It just gives us something to do with our mana, and, you know, it doesn't really thin our deck in a significant way, but at least it's one more thing out of the way. So this doesn't do... It does 1 damage to them. They're going to go to 18. Okay, sure. Settle the Wreckage is back as of the Hobbit, so that would be something to watch for if they were in white. We've got 7 mana. Need 2 more to get out their commander. But they have enough now to cast Wisdom of Ages and get back all their instants and sorceries, of which they have a few. They could Psych Rift us again, that's true. Okay, well, maybe we hold on to Invasion Reinforcements if that's the case. Do they have a trick? Whirler Rogue on Bard. tap here, and we'll say here to make Bard unblockable. We don't have any of our pump effects, and we're not drawing any cards, so we're sort of just doing the best we can do. They scry, seems good. Interested that they're not playing any flyers. Have they played 0 flyers? I think so, yeah. I haven't seen any of them. Oh, Riddle Master Sphinx, I guess, is a flyer. Sleep. Tap all my stuff. They don't untap. Alright. Seems fine. Can't attack next turn, so they bought themselves some time. Tome of the Infinite. Conjure something. They have to just pay for it. Okay, interesting. They can attack with the Whirler Rogue. We can't do anything about that, but we can cast Invasion Reinforcements. Make quite a few friends. And quite a bit of power on the battlefield. Muster. More creature fall triggers. Spread out the counters. Attack. Not quite there, but pretty close. And do they have a way to Psych Rift us again? They've got 9 mana, so they can get out their commander, and that just loses them the game. Am I wrong? They have a single island in hand, I guess? Like, they're at 5. We could have blocked and killed that, I guess, but give them a good game. Just swinging with everything. I think we'll hold back on Bard and the UFO just in case. Could have made Bard unblockable, I suppose, but it doesn't really matter. Yep, that's it. Good game, Xena. Kind of a weird one. Not really sure what was going on with this Lord of the Eagles deck, but what the heck, you can build whatever you want for Midweek Magic, and yeah. So that's why I recommend you play Midweek Magic. Build yourself a Brawl deck, or copy mine, you know, upgrade it if you want to, downgrade it if you don't want to spend the wild cards, whatever you want to do. This is just an example of how you can have a fun deck that plays well without having to spend a whole lot of wild cards all at once. You do want to probably do some of the key ones, but if you wanted to add some extras, maybe something like Virtue of Loyalty would be pretty great. It puts counters on everything, it makes a token. Even Cathar's Crusade, which is a messy card in paper, but very solid in this deck. Those would be some solid rares to add to it. But either way, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I love the Brawl Builder Challenge, and I encourage you to play it. Yeah, so like I said, thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to support what I do here, make sure to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live. Consider becoming a member on this channel on YouTube, or joining my Patreon at patreon.com/secondmonitormagic. And remember, most of all, that magic is fun. You should play more Magic.